Welcome back to the Victory Education Lounge, everyone. I'm your host, Maurice, and today we're diving into part 11 of our series on insulin resistance. Before we begin, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment sharing your thoughts or experiences below. Your engagement helps us reach more people with this vital information. Today, we're exploring genetics and insulin resistance. Are you predisposed? We'll delve into the genetic factors that can influence your risk of developing insulin resistance. We'll also discuss solutions, management techniques, and prevention strategies, along with their pros and cons, and provide real-life examples to illustrate these points. Are you genetically predisposed to insulin resistance? An intriguing question, isn't it? Today, we're going to delve into the depths of our very own DNA to answer that. In this episode, we'll uncover the key genetic factors that could make you more susceptible to insulin resistance. We'll bring these scientific concepts to life with real-life examples, making it easier for you to understand the potential impact of your genetic makeup on your health. Throughout this journey, we'll shed light on how your genes can influence your body's response to insulin, but we'll also emphasize how they don't write your destiny in stone. It's a fascinating interplay between nature and nurture, genetics and lifestyle. By understanding these factors, you can be better equipped to manage and even prevent insulin resistance. So let's embark on this enlightening journey into the world of genetics and insulin resistance together. Genetics play a crucial role in insulin resistance, but they don't dictate your destiny. This statement might sound a bit surprising, right? But it holds a significant truth about the complex interaction between our genes and our health. When it comes to insulin resistance, our genetic makeup can indeed predispose us to this health condition. Your genes, those tiny segments of DNA that you've inherited from your parents, can influence how your body produces and uses insulin. Certain genetic variants can affect processes like insulin production, glucose metabolism, and fat cell development, among others. These genetic predispositions can make some people more susceptible to developing insulin resistance than others. However, and this is a big however, these genetic factors don't necessarily seal your fate. You see, while they can increase your risk, they don't determine the outcome. In other words, even if you carry a genetic variant linked to insulin resistance, it doesn't automatically mean you'll develop it. This is where lifestyle factors come into the picture. Your diet, physical activity levels, sleep patterns, stress management, and other lifestyle choices can significantly impact whether these genetic predispositions manifest as insulin resistance. For example, a healthy diet and regular exercise can help maintain optimal insulin sensitivity, even in the presence of genetic risk factors. On the other hand, poor dietary choices and a sedentary lifestyle can exacerbate genetic predispositions and lead to insulin resistance. So while you can't change your genes, you can influence how they express themselves through your lifestyle choices. You have the power to shape your health destiny, even if your genetic cards might seem stacked against you. In essence, the relationship between genetics and insulin resistance is not a simple cause and effect scenario. It's more like a delicate dance, with both your genes and your lifestyle choices leading and following at different times. Remember, genes load the gun, but lifestyle pulls the trigger. Now let's delve into the 10 key genetic factors associated with insulin resistance. Our first stop is the TCF7L2 gene. This gene has a significant role in insulin production and glucose metabolism. Consider Sarah, a 45-year-old woman. With a variant of the TCF7L2 gene, she has a 50% higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Next is the IRS1 gene. Variations in this gene can influence insulin signaling in cells. Take John, for instance. He's 50 and has an IRS1 gene variant. This means he may have been born with reduced insulin sensitivity. We then have the PPARG gene. This gene affects fat cell development and insulin sensitivity. Maria, a 38-year-old with a PPARG variant, might struggle more than others to maintain a healthy body weight, thereby increasing her risk of insulin resistance. The fourth gene on our list is the FTO gene. This one is known as the fat mass and obesity-associated gene, and it can affect appetite and metabolism. A gentleman named Tom, who is 55 and has an FTO variant, may have a higher risk of obesity and therefore insulin resistance. Our fifth gene, KCNJ11, affects insulin secretion from pancreatic beta cells. Lisa, a 40-year-old with a KCNJ11 variant, might have impaired insulin release, which can lead to higher blood sugar levels. The sixth gene, MTNR1B, is associated with melatonin receptors and can influence insulin secretion and glucose regulation. David, a 60-year-old shift worker with an MTNR1B variant, may have a heightened risk of insulin resistance due to his disrupted circadian rhythms. Next up is the ADRA2A gene. This gene influences the release of insulin from pancreatic beta cells. Emma, a 35-year-old with an ADRA2A variant, might have reduced insulin secretion when her blood sugar is high. The eighth gene, GCKR, affects glucose metabolism in the liver. Mike, a 42-year-old with a GCKR variant, might have altered glucose processing in his liver, potentially leading to insulin resistance. The ninth gene is SLC30A8. This one is involved in insulin storage and release. Janet, a 50-year-old with an SLC30A8 variant, might have impaired insulin secretion, increasing her risk of insulin resistance. Finally, we have the HMGA2 gene associated with height and body mass index, BMI. This can influence insulin sensitivity. Robert, a 58-year-old with an HMGA2 variant, may have a genetic predisposition to a higher BMI, potentially increasing his risk of insulin resistance. As you can see, these genetic factors can significantly impact your risk of developing insulin resistance. But remember, genes are not destiny. You have the power to influence your health outcomes with informed lifestyle choices. So, stay tuned as we explore some solutions, management techniques, and prevention strategies in our next segment. You don't want to miss it. The knowledge of your genetic predisposition can guide your journey towards managing and preventing insulin resistance. With this understanding, let's delve into some practical solutions, management techniques, and prevention strategies. Firstly, maintaining a healthy lifestyle is paramount. This includes regular physical activity, a balanced diet, and adequate sleep. These lifestyle choices can significantly mitigate the impact of genetic predispositions and reduce the risk of insulin resistance. Secondly, stress management is essential. High stress levels can disrupt your hormone balance, leading to insulin resistance. So consider incorporating stress management techniques like yoga, meditation, or mindfulness into your daily routine. Thirdly, regular health checkups can help detect early signs of insulin resistance. This allows for prompt intervention and management, reducing the risk of complications. Now let's talk about genetic testing. It can provide personalized risk information, enabling you to take preventive measures tailored to your genetic profile. However, there are some caveats to consider. The results can be complex to interpret, requiring the expertise of a genetic counselor or a healthcare professional. Furthermore, knowing your genetic predisposition may cause unnecessary worry and stress, particularly if you're at high risk. So it's essential to weigh these factors before deciding to undergo genetic testing. Lastly, education is a powerful tool. Stay informed about the latest research on insulin resistance and genetics. Understanding the science can help you make informed decisions about your health. In essence, managing and preventing insulin resistance involves a holistic approach. It's not just about your genes, but also your lifestyle choices, stress levels, regular health checkups, informed decision-making, and above all, a commitment to your well-being. While genetic testing can provide personalized risk information, it's important to remember that results can be complex to interpret and may cause unnecessary worry. So take a balanced view, seek professional advice, and remember, your genes are not your destiny. Genetics is a key piece of the insulin resistance puzzle, but it's not the whole picture. As we've explored in this video, multiple genes can predispose you to insulin resistance. From the TCF7L2 gene affecting insulin production, to the HMGA2 gene influencing body mass index, these genetic factors can create a complex web of potential risk. However, even if you carry a genetic variant associated with insulin resistance, it doesn't mean you're destined to develop this condition. Your lifestyle choices, what you eat, how much you move, how well you manage stress, these can significantly influence whether these genetic predispositions manifest as insulin resistance. Genetic testing can provide personalized risk information, helping you make informed decisions about your health. But remember, the results can be complex to interpret and may cause unnecessary worry. Remember, your genes are not your destiny. You have the power to influence your health outcomes. Now go out there and make choices that support your health and well-being. Thank you for joining us for this exploration of genetics and insulin resistance. I hope this information helps you understand the role of genetics in metabolic health and empowers you to take control of your well-being. Remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll discuss the latest research in insulin resistance prevention and management. The information provided in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It is not intended as medical advice or to replace consultation with a qualified healthcare professional. Always consult your doctor before making any changes to your diet, exercise routine, or starting any new health regimen.